Does Tommy Doyle have a future at Wolves? Now, this is an interesting one. He didn't even make the squad against Spurs on Sunday, nor did Guedes, nor did Sam Johnston. But Sam Johnston was explained as an injury. Just before I give my thoughts on Tommy Doyle, if you could please subscribe. 10,000's the next goal. And I see a lot of people who watch this channel actually aren't subscribed. So if you can, it'd be really appreciated and it really helps the channel. So cheers. With Guedes and Doyle, this is what Vítor Pereira had to say about why they wasn't in the squad.
But it was not about. I need. It was about a technical decision, my technical decision, because I need to see in my players, in the training. I need to see competition. I need to see that they are competing in the best level that they can. And we have more players for the list, and I need to decide. And I decide in that way for this game. Next game, I will see.
Yeah, basically, he wants to see more from Tommy Doyle in training, and he needs to get up to speed with the tactical element of what Vítor wants to imply, which this is a shame because, for me personally, and I know a lot of Wolves fans feel the same, I really like Tommy Doyle. I think he's technically very good on the ball, really gifted with his passing and his shooting ability. Probably lacks a bit on the physical side, but obviously he's still quite young. But he's had some great moments, and when he first come in on loan, obviously I don't think it was officially a swap deal with Núñez, but Núñez obviously went to City. We got Tommy Doyle on loan. They had a 50% sell-on clause, but it was a 5 million option to buy. And after a good first season for Wolves under Gary O'Neill, we obviously triggered that option to buy him. And you've got to think back, some of the moments he had in that first season, played in the FA Cup a lot, was probably his best moments. Played in the Albion win. He scored a great goal before we played Albion in the first leg away at Brentford.
Pulled back to Doyle. Doyle onto his left foot, striking! Oh my goodness me!
What a goal!
Tommy Doyle has smashed it into the top corner! Wolves are back on level terms, and that is something very, very special indeed!
Absolute screamer, top corner on his left foot. And yeah, so it was really deserved. He was in and out a bit, don't get me wrong, like he had a few people to compete with, but he really won the hearts of the Wolves fan base through his effort and his quality on the ball and the way he could dictate play. And when he signed, going into the first half of this season under Gary O'Neill did favour him, but the big thing that happened that was not very good really for Tommy Doyle personally was the fact we signed Andre. And at first O'Neill was picking Tommy Doyle, but then obviously we had Lamina as well, so it was kind of like, who would you pick? Because obviously João Gomez was in there all the time. Lamina was in there, but then he was like shoehorning him out on the right, and then it was either Tommy Doyle or Andre, and then obviously he got injured, but Boubacar Traore's in the picture as well. So it was tough for Tommy Doyle, but he had some great moments under Gary O'Neill, although we were struggling. You think back to that Brighton away, 2-1 down with literally seconds to go, 4-on-1. He intercepts the pass, plays Cunha in, and we draw 2-2. That was a massive moment at the time. And I get why a lot of Wolves fans thought he should have been a starter, but now, since Vítor took over and Lamina left, and Vítor decided that Andre and Gomez are his two main midfielders, which I agree with, by the way, they are quality, and at the moment, the way they're playing, they're probably two of the best midfielders in the Premier League, so it's very hard for Tommy Doyle to fight his way into the team, and unfortunately for Tommy Doyle as well, he's been put behind Boubacar Traore. I think Vítor Pereira prefers Boubacar Traore to him, so now he's like fourth in the pecking order. And, Manetzi coming, I know Manetzi don't play centre midfield, but then, there's another person who can play there. He did have a good moment under Vítor, didn't he? Come off the bench against Man United in that 2-0 win at home and won the ball back and played that ball to Cunha, which eventually set up Hwang. And at that point, I thought, oh, fair play, Tommy. Like, you're fighting for your place here, trying to get back in, but since then, really, I can hardly remember him really featuring. And I bet it's really frustrating for him. But in January, there was a lot of links with him away. There was rumours that he was going to go to Sheffield United in the Championship, and they could still get promoted. I know they're bottling it in at the time of recording. It all kicked off against Plymouth, didn't it? They're Wilder, their manager, kicking off. I think they've lost 3 in a row. But If they got promoted, he'd probably go there. We'd probably get about 10 million for him, around that mark, you'd guess. And obviously City get the 50% profit sell-on clause. But shame, this one. For me, like, to answer the question in the title of the video, I probably don't think he has got a future at Wolves. I think he'll be one of the players we see go out the door, purely because I think we'll keep Boubacar Traoré as backup to Andre and Gomez, and then we don't know if we're going to sign anyone. And for Tommy Doyle's career himself, I think it's best if he does move on to try and break into first team football somewhere, whether that be high end Championship or low end Premier League, I don't know, but definitely a quality footballer. He really is. Like, puts a lot of effort in as well, wears his heart on his sleeve, which obviously endears himself to the fans. But as I've said, don't want to repeat myself, I just don't think he's as good as Andre and João Gomez, unfortunately. But comment your thoughts. I'd actually be really interested to see what you say about this in the comments, because I know a lot of you who watch this channel always bring him up and always ask about him, and I know a lot of Wolves fans rate him highly, and it'd be sad to see him go. Please like the video, please subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next video. Cheers, everyone.